Hey guys, how's it going? Alright, sleeping bags. Stupid bloody sleeping bags. I'm not an expert at this. I don't fully understand everything. I haven't tried lots of different things, but I'm starting to get a little bit more bloody switched on. Anybody that's seen the sleeping bag that I've got and know that I did that trip and I got cold in this bag. This is my normal one over here. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to try and explain to those newbies out there that haven't got into this stuff. A lot of you guys that watch will be all up with all this stuff. Remember also, when you watch this, jump down into the comments. There will be other guys in there that have had have half an idea or know a few more little things and give you guys hints and tips to this type of stuff. Let's get into it. Rightio, so I wanted to try and keep this bloody simple, to the point and short, because I've already bloody done this and I've rambled on all over the joint. This is my new Cedar Summit Tree Line 1 sleeping bag. It is rated to 2 degrees Celsius. I'm going to bang on about their rating and why I think it's bullshit. I understand that ratings for sleeping bag is a really hard thing because there's not just, we're all different. Women are very much different from men, and men to men are different. I know that personally, between especially Alistair. Alistair is he runs hot in when we're out bloody camping compared to me. I feel the cold most probably like a bloody woman. Right, so I got this new bag to replace this bag here. I got all confused because I'm a bloody idiot, thinking that I got this down. I just got confused. I'm not going to go any further than that. This is a synthetic bag. This is a duck down bag. So that's the thin, the fluffy feathers under the main feathers of a duck. Really good thermal properties. Now the difference between these two things, just the main things, is a down bag, whether it's goose or duck, it's much lighter and much more compactable. So say this is a -10 and this is a -10. This will be way lighter and way more compactable than a synthetic one. That's the two major things. There are a synthetic bag will deteriorate, being squashed, and the fibers will break and all that much quicker than what this one does. But down is more, if this gets wet, it loses all its thermal because it all collapses, whereas the synthetic one doesn't. So if you're doing water sports, canoeing or something like that, you'd most probably want to go with a synthetic. But if you're in a dry environment, general dry, this is most probably the way to go. There are new technologies where they put some spray in the down to help repel or whatever. But that's the main things. Right, let's have a look at the, I need me bloody short lookers. So this is the rating. I'm going to get in on that. We can get in on that. There. Right, so we've got a comfort, a lower limit, and then an extreme. What I'm telling you is that lower limit and that one there is total bullshit. Disregard those. All you want to know is the comfort. So, and it gets a little bit more confusing because when you read up how they work this shit up, this comfort level is based on a woman, the lower limit is based on a male in the curled position, feeling the cold, and then the extreme is, I believe, a male, and it's borderline hypothermia. So why the hell would you even list that? Who wants to be in a sleeping bag on the brink of death? That's just why even list it? The limit. the lower limit. So at -3 degrees, if I'm curled up, I'm going to be feeling the cold, but not shivering. I'm going to be feeling the cold, which is what happened to me out at north of Hay in the bloody open plains. I wasn't shivering. I could feel the cold. I was uncomfortably cold. So I don't want that. I want to be comfortable. I want to go out there, hop in my sleeping bag, and be able to sleep and be comfortable. So the only thing I'm interested in is that. So it's telling me that 2 degrees, if it goes down past that, I'm going to start getting cold. So this is a 2 degree bag. End of story. Why do they need? I can only presume that it's a marketing ploy to fool dickheads like me into buying this bag, because I got confused in all the excitement over that game changer mat that I bought, and you know, oh yeah, down, and I just stupid in the moment. I was just thinking, down, it's going to be warmer than that. But this is a -10 bag. This is a 2 bag, a 2 degrees bag. So regardless of it being the down, because there's less, then they go into their loft, so there's a 600 plus loft, so you can go 650 loft or 850 loft, which then makes it, do you know what I mean? So I got to, anyway, so there you go. So now I've bought this bag. I paid, I can't remember, like $200 or something it was for that. I don't know what I bought for that, how much I paid for that, I can't remember because it was so long ago. But now I'm stuck with this bag that for winter is pretty much bloody useless for me, because I had this bag, I had my blanket that I would normally run in that one as well when it's the colder weather, and I even halfway through the night got out one of those hot hand things and bloody whacked that in there with me. So I'm going, well, what am I going to do? Let's change her up, hang on. Bloody hell guys, it's getting a bit, bloody running around like an idiot. And that over there. Right, so I bought me fantastic down bag. It's lightweight. It squishes up to nothing. I love the fact that my big duffel bag that I run on the back, before I had my tent and all my sleeping gear was in that duffel bag, and all my clothes, shoes and all that kind of stuff was in my side bag. But since getting this bag, I've managed to get all that other stuff in the, so clothes, toiletries and shoes go in my duffel bags, which then has given me a whole lot more room. So I love the idea of this, but for the cold weather, I'm going, it ain't doing it for me. So I started to do a bit of research and looking around thinking, okay, well, I'll have this as my summer bag, and I'll get another bag for winter. But and I don't want 2 bags, I just want 1 bag. Been happy with 1 bag for so long, brilliant, no worries. Colder weather, I put the blanket in there, brilliant. And that's what I want to stay with. I want to stay with 1 bag. The other thing is when you look at the down bags, and when you start getting into -10 bags, you're looking at $400, $500, $800. I'm not spending that amount of money on a bag. I'm not a hiker. I don't need it. I'll ride a motorbike and it'll carry the weight. But so, where the hell am I going? What I ended up figuring out is that you can get liners. So they talk about liners that go in there. It saves the bag from getting dirty. You take out the liner, you chuck it in the washing machine, put it back in, blah blah blah. And it also adds a little bit of extra warmth. Well, they've now got, Cedar Summit's actually got Thermalite sleeping liners, and they have different, there's a standard, I think there's Comfort Plus, Extreme, and they even have a fleece lined one. What I've done is I've bought the Extreme. Apparently it's supposed to add 15 Celsius heating to your bag. So if this is a 2, that would mean that if they say 15 Celsius, so that would mean that -13 degrees. I should be able to sleep comfortably. Now, I did look through all the reviews and people did say that it doesn't really add the 15. They all loved the thing and they said it worked really great and it was a lot more comfortable, but not quite the 15 as advertised. We all know the advertising always goes to the, you know, the extreme and all that kind of bullshit. So I've purchased one. I got it from Snowy's. Anaconda had it for $99. Wild Earth had it for $79. And Snowy's had it for $67 or something. Free shipping. So that's where I bought it from. Snowy's. I'm not affiliated to them or anything. So I'm hoping now that using this with that liner plus my blanket, this should actually operate as a good winter bag. Even with that extra liner, because I think it's only 400 grams is the weight of the liner, it's still actually, the whole combination is going to be lighter than that and should compact even lighter than that. So I should be still on a win there. The other thing is, so I paid $200, so call it $270 for a winter sleeping bag. And I don't know if this is going to work. Obviously I've got to test this out. But opposed to paying $400 for something that should be the same. Don't know. We're going to find out when I get it and actually use it. So there you go. That's my sleeping bag conundrum, my stuff around my stupidity. But I'm learning as I go. I do like this bag. I like the foot thing as I've talked about. It's nice and wide. This the zipper, if anybody watched that where the zipper did get caught, but I do like that zipper. There is one thing that I think I lost a lot of heat. This is why I never did. I was going to do this video and then I wasn't going to do it. Then I was going to put in Man Cave Tuesday. This is its own video again now. The difference between this one and this one. This one here, I don't know if you can see that. See how it's got this little flat, it's what they call a baffle, and that stops the draft of your hot air drafting out. This one has kind of, where is it? Well, it's not much. I don't know now, I'm lost. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't have it. It just has that thick bit here. So this doesn't have that little baffle in there. And when I was sleeping in this, I didn't use the drawstring to, where is it? Pull that. To tighten, so it wasn't all snug around me. So I think I was losing a lot of heat coming out. Whereas with this one, I don't normally do the drawstring, but that baffle, this piece of thing here, was actually stopping. So that might have been a contributing factor in it. But like I said, I've only used this once in the real world. Rightio guys, so now what I'm going to tell you is stuff that I do know that works brilliantly. If you've got a sleeping bag and you're getting cold, get a small fleece, $10 thing from Kmart blanket, put it in your sleeping bag, sleep with it in there. It doesn't have to wrap around you in it, just all it's doing is filling up the space inside the bag. So don't put it over, don't put it under, put it in the bag. Makes a huge difference. Now when you're buying a sleeping bag, if you reckon 0 is your the coldest you're going to be in, get a -10. You will thank your lucky stars. If you're a cold sleeper like me, just do it. Get the -10. Give yourself that buffer, because if you're right on that, if it's 0, if you get a 0 degree sleeping bag, comfort 0, and it's 0, I tell you what, you will feel the bloody cold. Yeah. You can always, you know, you think, oh, -10, but then, you know, a lot of the time it might be only 5 degree over, oh no, so I'm going to get hot. Well, just unzip the bloody bag. You can sleep in it with it unzipped and, you know, half down your body, or if it's really hot, sleep on top of the bloody thing. You know, you don't have to have it over you. Yeah, crazy. Righto, the last most controversial one, and it doesn't matter who you ask, you're always going to get differing. It's one of those things that nobody will ever agree on, and that is, do you sleep in your jocks? So you have nothing on except for your jocks in the sleeping bag, or do you wear all your clothes, or do you just have your thermals and a t-shirt in this? Some people say just put your jocks on, you'll be way cooler, way warmer, because the whole sleeping bag, you know, that's just the way it works. And I think that they're working on the principle of, if you have a glove that has fingers, and if you then change that for one that is a mitt, where your fingers are together in that mitt, the mitt normally your hands are normally warmer in a mitt, because it's all together and they're all all the heat's working together in that bag. Now this is where it gets, physics says that no, people that say that, they're wrong. That's from a physics point. I don't know. I just do what works for me. So I think what people are saying is that this is working like a mitt. So you just have nothing on and it'll work. But this is where it gets confusing, because if you have all your clothes on, then it's like you've got a glove on and all your fingers are separated. But when you're in the sleeping bag, so what you're doing is you've got a glove and then you're putting that glove in a mitt. So you're actually in a mitt. Anyway, look, what I've found is that when I do the motorbike riding, I have my thermal pants on, I have these bloody, well, you can't even see that, my cargo pants, I have cargo pants, I have a t-shirt, I have my hoodie, I'll put a beanie on, and I'll sleep in all that and my socks in the sleeping bag. Now, the only reason why I did that was because I first started out just sleeping in my jocks, and then it got a little bit colder, so I'll put extra. The more layers that I put on, the warmer I actually got. The other benefit to that is that halfway through the night, when I bloody got to get up and go for a pee, I get out of my sleeping bag, I put my shoes on, I walk out, I pee, I come back, take my shoes off, hop back in my sleeping bag. I'm not trying to and I'm not freezing me ass into me bloody jocks trying to take a leak. And then in the morning, put my shoes on, get up, get the fire stoked up, get the coffee on. I'm not having to get out of the sleeping bag in all my bareness and trying to put my cold clothes on and all that. Do you know what I mean? I know I'm banging on, but that just seems to work for me. If I was to just have if I had just had wearing my jocks out there, I would have been freezing my ass off. But I understand for some people, we're all different, and some people say that works, but you can only figure that out for yourself. Righto, I think that's it, guys. Remember, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.